In the ever-evolving realm of streaming services, the Nvidia Shield TV stubbornly maintains its position as the undisputed Android TV box king, and here's why. Before that though, why don't you become a king yourself and subscribe to the channel for more Android TV content and fun stuff just like this. Doesn't cost you a penny, and you'll be joining one of the best Android communities on the internet, so make my day, do the thing, click subscribe, and join the channel. So launched back in 2015 and then refreshed in 2019, it might not be the newest gadget on the block, but its potent combination of power, longevity, and unique features keeps the Nvidia Shield TV relevant against challengers like Google's own Chromecast with Google TV. At its core lies a fair amount of brawn, as well as the Shield TV's aging Tegra X1 Plus chip still tackles demanding 4K HDR content easily, ensuring a consistently smooth streaming experience. And this processing muscle becomes a lot more apparent compared to some budget-friendly options or even Google's own Chromecast with Google TV, which I must admit can exhibit occasional sluggishness even after 5 years of wear and tear. I will say my own Shield TV hasn't really shown any signs of slowing down. That said, the Shield TV isn't just about muscle, although it is outdated muscle. Given that some newer alternatives have better internals, Nvidia stands out from the crowd with its dedication to its software updates. Unlike some companies that have abandoned their devices after a short while or even shortly after release, the Shield TV receives regular Android updates, guaranteeing access to the latest features and security patches where possible. This commitment to long-term usability is a major advantage, especially considering the uncertain update cycle of many of those cheap no-name streaming sticks that litter online brick-and-mortar stores as well. Most of those sub-$50 options will work just fine, I'm not denying that, but it's a lottery as to whether you'll see a single update after launch. Does this matter? Well, I think given that Nvidia slaps a significant premium on the Shield TV, it kinda does. Updates are not just for new functionality as well. They show that Nvidia actively maintains the experience with this admittedly cheap product within the GPU maker's wider product lineup. The story doesn't even end there. The Shield TV transforms into a fully fledged gaming machine with its optional controller on the older models and GeForce NOW, Nvidia's own cloud gaming service. This lets you stream high-end PC titles directly to your TV if you didn't already know, effectively turning it into a powerful gaming rig without having to break the bank on dedicated hardware. It's a real game changer for those who crave AAA titles but potentially lack the budget for a high-end PC. Given the soaring costs of internals, Nvidia might be to blame for some of those as well. Sure, the Chromecast with Google TV can do something similar, and so can lots of other streaming sticks, but it feels the most cohesive here. I will say the integration within Nvidia's Android TV build is really nicely implemented. It allows you to launch your games from the home screen rather than needing to dive into the application first. I've actually enjoyed several of my favourite PC games from the comfort of my couch without needing to hook my gaming PC up directly to my TV, and that is a really nice touch. One final note though on GeForce NOW. It has a steadily growing library that includes many first-party titles from Xbox and that vast portfolio of Steam, Epic and Ubisoft games. While I do miss Stadia, the game library on GeForce NOW absolutely smokes the cloud gaming competition, and it's one of the reasons why I think if you were looking at cloud gaming, this might be one to try out for starters. For cord cutters and media enthusiasts as well, the Shield TV shines as what you'd probably consider one of the ultimate Plex server options. Its processing power allows for effortless transcoding of even the most demanding video formats, ensuring smooth playback of your personal media library on any device within your network. This functionality sets the Shield apart from most other Android TV boxes, making it an invaluable tool for those that want to manage and access their personal media collections fairly seamlessly. That's not even discussing the on-device ports that come with this device as well. This means you can expand storage or hook up other devices to turn this diminutive set-top box into a home media control empire with zero problems and few setbacks. The best thing about that is that you don't even need to use Plex if you don't want to, as the Shield TV Pro has 2 USB ports at the back and an Ethernet port for wired connections if you need them. Plugging in an external storage or other devices is made super simple because of that. Personally, I just upped the onboard storage to 128GB with a thumb drive. That said, the default 16GB of storage has been enough to keep most of my most used applications installed without hitting any stressful storage limitations. One additional ace up the device's sleeve though is AI upscaling. This technology analyzes low resolution content and intelligently enhances it, resulting in sharper visuals and improved detail. While it's not a substitute for true high resolution content, AI upscaling significantly improves the quality of older movies and TV shows, making them look surprisingly good on modern 4K televisions. This is a valuable feature and it's entirely absent on the Chromecast with Google TV. but it has a bonus potential cost saving benefit you probably didn't think of. So when services like Netflix charge you extra to access UHD movies, you might get more from a 1080p membership in tandem with Nvidia's AI upscaling technology. While I have a 55-inch TV and appreciate native 4K content, I must admit that upscale 1080p video is actually hard to decipher from true 4K content on some services where artistic visions mean that the sharpest visuals aren't always that necessary. The distance as well between you and your TV is also important to note. From 5 or 6 feet, I think it is sometimes hard to tell 4K and full HD movies apart, at least in my opinion. For codec nerds, there is no though support for AV1, which might be a deal breaker if you do care about that, and it is the most efficient codec and is supported by a lot of newer hardware. Beyond its core functionality, the Shield TV also offers a platform for customization. Unlike some other competitor devices with lockdown ecosystems, the Shield TV allows you to sideload applications, install custom launchers, and personalize your streaming experience significantly. And this is one of the biggest benefits over services like Apple TV with its under-the-hood power, but really locked down hardware. This freedom also caters to the power users who want to tailor their own experience to their exact preferences, something that I do think Chromecast with Google TV devices, which focus more on Google TV, might not offer to the same extent. I'd be remiss to not mention one of the pieces of hardware that comes with this that does get flack and praise in equal measure. For me, the remote is perfect for basic navigation, and I must admit my actual remote itself has taken a beating over the past few years, but it's still alive and kicking. The Netflix button has become a thorn in my side despite using services like Button Remapper to try and set this to launch my preferred services, but it just seems to have problems with this. I'd actually prefer this button to be a dedicated YouTube button, but alas, it's always launching that Play Store page for Netflix, as I do no longer use this service, and it does feel like a bit of an oversight. I will also note that it's not the most ergonomic control, but or at least I don't find it uncomfortable. It's much bigger than the remote bundled with the Chromecast and even Amazon Fire TV remotes, but for someone with me like big hands, it does make this device easy to use. It's also super easy to understand. My parents aren't really the most tech literate, but can use it without any input, which I think is super nice. The biggest compliment I can actually pay the Shield TV remote is that it's generic enough to be usable by anyone without a manual required, and that takes quite a lot of doing for designers to actually input into their hardware. So at the start of this video I crowned the Shield TV king, but is it the undisputed champion for everyone? Well, I have to say not necessarily. The Chromecast with Google TV offers a sleek interface, tight integration with Google services, and an even more budget-friendly price tag. However, for those who prioritize top-tier performance, or as close to as you're going to get with Android TV nowadays, long-term support, and the freedom to customize their experience, the Shield TV remains arguably the undisputed king of Android TV boxes, even now in 2024, especially when we start to look at the rest of the landscape. The thing is, we haven't really seen many brands enter the space in recent years, at least on the high end of the marketplace. Nvidia has practically cornered that area of the market with a set-top box that, although first released in 2015 and then refreshed in 2019, is still alive and kicking. To age this well at 9 years after launch is practically unheard of on Android, and there's no denying that the Shield TV is starting to show its age, but it's also a little pricey to boot. Would I recommend buying one at full price? Even though I've lavished praise on it, I've got to say no. Would I recommend it at under $100? 100%. Will I upgrade when a new version is released? Most definitely. I'm interested to hear what you think about the Nvidia Shield TV though. I think it would be fair to call it a cult classic Android TV box and an Android device in general. I use mine every single day, and in all honesty, it hasn't ever really let me down. And that's not something I can always say about Google's own Chromecast lineup. Maybe I'll do a deep dive into those devices in the not too distant future though. Let me know your experiences with the Nvidia Shield TV and your wish list for the next iteration down in the comment sections below, but until then, all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, and I will speak to you later.